Good evening and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I'm Madhavdas G. The T20 World Champions today returned home to a rousing welcome. From Delhi to Mumbai, 1.5 billion Indians united to laud Team India to celebrate their victory in the T20 World Cup. The team landed in Delhi early in the morning and was greeted by a sea of supporters both at the airport and the hotel. The nation's heroes then met the Prime Minister at his residence, where they had breakfast and discussed the winning experience. Rohit Sharma stole the show with his dance moves and groove to the beats of the dhol. The team then arrived in Mumbai and was greeted with a water cannon salute at the Mumbai airport. And waiting for them for hours at length were thousands and thousands of people both outside the airport and at the Marine Drive area, where Team India held its victory parade in an open bus. The team is now in the packed Wankhede Stadium, where they will be felicitated for the momentous feat as well. Let's quickly take a look at some of the ground reports, in fact, that have been sent in by our reporters through the course of the evening. Let's take a quick look at that. All right, I'm told that we'll get that report in just a few minutes. Swati is live with us. We also have Karishma joining us. Let's quickly go across to Swati. Swati, take us through what the mood is at the moment. Are there still fans there outside the Wankhede Stadium? What really is going on at the moment?
Well, Madhav, I'm joining you live from outside Taj Hotel. This is where the team is expected to come, once they leave from Wankhede. But the very tired, so are the Mumbai police officials, not allowing anybody, a single soul, near the Taj Palace Hotel. And they in fact requested us as well to move from here because they fear that the moment people would see camera, they'll start gathering here. So the Mumbai police does not want to deal with the crowd anymore. Constantly appealing to the media as well to not report from anywhere near the Taj Hotel. This is where the Team India players are going to come once the function at Wankhede is over. This is where they're going to stay. But talking about the moment that we witnessed at NCPA, it was completely unbelievable. The excitement there, unpalpable. All the credit goes to the Mumbai police officials, the officials on ground who did an amazing job at managing the crowd. Moments after the team left, we saw the crowd disperse on its own. And the crowd really, kept motivating us, kept motivating the players. And you saw that, in fact, the kind of reactions that came in from the players, making their own reels, videos, taking selfies with the fans, encouraging them to chant louder. That was the kind of exchange that we saw between the players and the fans there. That is something that the fans really were waiting for, to have that moment with the players. And I would say the Mumbai police really allowed them to have their moment.
Well, absolutely. And in fact, let's quickly take this across to Karishma as well. Karishma, you've been, in fact, reporting for about 48 hours continuously from Barbados to that 16-hour flight, then covering the Team India in Delhi. And we can see that you're a bit tired, but the energy, the enthusiasm still keeping you going. And that's what's kept the Indian team going as well. It's a day that none of them in the entire Indian squad is going to forget. And also a day that's going to inspire the next generation of cricketers and cricket fans as well.
Well, yes, absolutely, Madhav. We are now in the transition phase with the big guns, Rohit, Virat and Jadeja also retiring from T20 cricket. And yes, everyone is a little tired, but at the end of the day, this is what you pay for T20 World Cup. One would do it all over again. If it were for India to win another World Cup, we play another T20 World Cup in 2026 as well. So obviously all of this is worth it all, and this is the day to celebrate. This is the day for the Indian team to hang out with their fans who have been patiently waiting for them since the 29th of June to come back home and celebrate with them, interact with them, and somewhat give them a response as well. And today we saw how Mumbai came out onto the streets to celebrate it with the cricket team to get a glimpse of the trophy. We've been showing visuals of Marine Drive since morning. In fact, I was following the team bus from the airport and I couldn't make it to Marine Drive because of the traffic snarls in between, but those who were there, those who got to see them on, the celebratory bus, the open bus parade, of course, that would also be a very, very huge moment. But I've also had my share
what a chase indeed,
moments.
Karishma, live chase of the Indian cricket team, and you followed them for a good 25 minutes. Perhaps no other reporter was able to do that or give us such a close glimpse of them while in transit. But I want to quickly get in Arunil. Arunil, I believe you have a lot of excited fans outside the Wankhede Stadium. Over to you. What do they have to say? What really does today's day, the massive welcome that Mumbai gave Team India, mean for them?
Well, rousing reception for the men in blue. In fact, since the entire day, we've been speaking to these fans, and it looked like they were waiting for the big trophy. It was the anxious wait, or probably the jinx that has been broken now. Now we'll basically speak to these fans. Yes, 2011 World Cup victory at the same iconic Wankhede Stadium where celebrations have been held now, but probably you guys were a little young at that time. This victory more special for you personally?
Yes, absolutely. This victory was mesmerizing for all of us, and this means a lot to us to be able to look at them live. So yeah.
One word about Suryakumar Yadav's catch. People are comparing, fans are comparing it with Kapil Dev's iconic catch as well. One word about, because it was a tense moment.
It was a game-changing moment. It was a very crucial wicket at that point of time, and we needed it. In fact, you can say that he actually caught the World Cup rather than the catch itself. So it was a completely game-changing moment and decided the fate of the game.
We basically were falling at the final hurdle, as many as 4 final ICC defeats after the 2013 Champions Trophy. This basically looks like a big relief after those defeats. In fact, certainly the 6 months back when India was defeated by the Australian side in Ahmedabad, it was extremely heartbreaking. How does it feel now?
Great for the Indian wall, our coach, Mr. Dravid. All his efforts, temperament, patience, hard work and discipline.
Well, certainly fitting farewell.
So Arunil, big reactions coming in there from Indian fans who are obviously very excited. I'd like to thank you, Arunil, Swati and Karishma, for reporting all day and getting us those insights from the fans, from the players, and of course bringing us all those visuals. Thanks so much, and I think it would be time for all of you to retire for the day. It's been a long, hectic day for all of you. Let's quickly now give you a quick glimpse of some of the reports that were sent in earlier by our reporters from on ground.
This had to be the best flight of my entire life. I can tell you that I did get to hold the T20 World Cup trophy in my own hands and get a picture with it as well. So it's been all in all a very overwhelming experience having the same flight as the cricketers. And of course, we are back in India now. The Indian cricket team is back home. They are here at ITC Maurya, and the preparations are underway to celebrate this big win. You can see here a big, huge cake has been prepared with the jersey colors here at ITC Maurya, which the Indian cricketers are of course going to cut before they leave for the meeting with the Prime Minister, because they have a very big day ahead of them.
At present, I'm reporting from just outside the Wankhede Stadium. This is the main gate, and you can see the hysteria of people. They are basically running from the Churchgate station side, directly being allowed inside the Wankhede Stadium.
What I can see is that there's Arabian Sea on the other end and a sea of people here on the streets, and I have the best view. I have the best seat here. This is a bird's eye view of what's happening. You can see the crowd down there. I'm sitting on top of this bus to get you the best visuals. Match तो देखा ही होगा आपने. इंडिया के इतने बड़े फैन हैं. Favorite moment क्या था मैच में?
सूर्या दादा का कैच, ओनली सूर्या दादा का कैच.
तो अभी इस मैच के और कैच के बाद फेवरेट प्लेयर्स चेंज तो नहीं हो गए?
नहीं, ऑलवेज रोहित.
सब यहाँ पे कैप्टन रोहित, हिटमैन रोहित के लिए आए क्या?
Yes.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining us for more on this historic day, we have with us our guest, Jatin Sarna, actor. With us also is Niranjan Shah, former secretary of BCCI. Ajay Ratra is a former Indian cricketer. Amey Khurasia, former cricketer. Ashok Aswalkar is Suryakumar Yadav's coach. But let me start first and foremost with Farokh Engineer. Farokh Engineer, what a day. What an outpouring from Mumbai. Is this something that you were expecting? And what does this really mean for Indian cricket as a whole? As someone who's, of course, been a keen observer of Indian cricket, a player as well, and has been watching it evolve for the past 5 to 6 decades, what was your reaction when you saw that emotional outpouring this evening?
Yes, namaskar to everybody. I did expect it, yes, because I've seen the celebrations in 71 when we beat the West Indies and we beat England. And when the team came back, we got a ticker tape welcome. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there on that open deck bus because I had to drive back to Manchester where I was playing the next game against Lancashire, for Lancashire against Yorkshire. And all I could do is drive back with a piece of tandoori chicken takeaway in my car, driving back to Manchester. And when I went out to bat next morning, when I went to open the innings, I got a standing ovation from the whole packed Old Trafford Stadium, which is in this photograph, really, But from mainly the English people, it brought a tear to my eye. But to see this reception, yes, I did expect. We've done a great achievement. The boys have done us tremendously proud. When I won the Life Achievement Award from BCCI a couple of months ago, the whole Indian team gave me a standing ovation, and I was really, really touched. And that time I said that what a great honor for me that the whole Indian team, started by Rohit Sharma, stood up first, and the whole Indian team stood up and gave me a rousing sort of, honor. I'll never forget that.
Absolutely.
And at that time,
right,
I did say that I was so proud to get this award in front of the best Indian team that has ever been. And I'm glad that didn't prove me wrong.
Those are big words coming in from a cricketer of the stature of yourself, Mr. Engineer.
But I request Rohit has managed and captained the team, and the team has gelled together and fought. It was all lost before Jasprit Bumrah's last over. They needed 30 runs of 30 balls and so many wickets in hand. South Africa not only choked, we choked them. Bumrah's over was absolutely fantastic. And Surya's catch, phenomenal.
Yes, absolutely. The phenomenal catch of Surya Kumar Yadav, as you rightly mentioned, is one of perhaps the moments, sealed in our memories. It's perhaps the moment that sealed the game, and his coach is with us. We have Ashok Aswalkar joining us from Mumbai, who's Surya Kumar Yadav's coach. Of course, Surya Kumar's catch was the moment which many believe, was the sealing of the game pretty much as far as the Indian side is concerned. There were wickets that had fallen, but there is one, I want you to talk about that, Mr. Aswalkar, but also the viral picture of 2017 where Surya Kumar Yadav says that one day he would have a selfie with the Prime Minister, और आज वो सपना उनका पूरा हो गया ऐसा लग रहा है. असवलकर जी.
चल रहे थे हम लोग, वो सपना सूर्या ने सच करके बता दिया मुझे, क्योंकि आज मैं इतना बड़ा प्राउड फील कर रहा हूं कि मैंने सोचा था कि मैं जब भी जाता था, जिधर भी जाता था, तो सूर्या को सब जगह देखता था, मेरा नजर देखते रहता था कि मेरे को सूर्या कभी कुछ बड़ा पोस्टर पे दिखेगा. और वो आज मुझे मालूम पड़ा है कि सूर्या ने क्या करके दिया है, क्योंकि वो सूर्या का एक कैच, वो मोमेंट सूर्या ने हमको सबको दे दिया कि वर्ल्ड कप हमारे हाथ में आ गया. क्योंकि वो हमारे लाइफ में उससे बड़ा मोमेंट कोई हो ही नहीं सकता है. क्योंकि और जो फील्डिंग बोलते हैं ना कि हमारे पास क्रिकेट में बैटिंग है, बॉलिंग है, लेकिन फील्डिंग काम कर गई. और वो फील्डिंग सूर्या ने बता दिया कि वो मोमेंट में इतना काम रह के कि उधर से हमारे हाथ से वर्ल्ड कप भी छूट सकता था, वो ग्रैब कर दिया सूर्या ने.
Absolutely.
शाबाश.
Absolutely. And kudos to you, the coaches, the support staff, the families, because it isn't easy. A World Cup winning team certainly puts in their best foot forward. And I want to quickly bring in, on that note, Jatin Sarna as well. Jatin, you have portrayed the role of Yashpal Sharma in the film 83. But Jatin, it's the same fighting spirit and perhaps even more of a fighting spirit that we've seen actually play out. So real life imitating real life is, of course, a saying. In this case, it's actually happened.
Absolutely. I would say, first of all, thanks to Indian cricket team for bringing the World Cup back. It was such a great moment to, be witness of. And I think same happened in '83. India played semi-final against England, and we played semi-final against England here also. And that final match where everybody, played their part so well, from the batsman to the bowlers to wicketkeeper to fielding, everything was top notch. Score was again, we were expecting 180 or something, but eventually thoda sa kam reh gaya. But I think the kind of show they put up, the team, how they fought back, how the spirit was there. I mean, I was expecting a lot from Rohit, but I think his captaincy has proved that we have someone to look up to as a person, as an athlete, as a cricketer. And Virat Kohli's knock, then everybody playing their part so well, and especially when we were talking about Surya's catch, it was such a view to look at. I mean, you were like choking, and what's going to happen next? And then Bumrah and Arshdeep, everybody was so to the point. Virat Kohli's knock, and I was like, this is it. I mean, I was actually feeling that I was going through the final match we had with West Indies in 1983. So I was expecting everybody, to just give their best, and everybody proved. And they gave their best with, final over by Pandya. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, cricket team.
And in fact, the whole country is grateful. The gratitude of the entire country, the excitement of the entire country is clearly seen there in Mumbai. But I want to bring in Niranjan Shah. Mr. Niranjan Shah is a former BCCI secretary. Of course, today would have perhaps been a nightmare in terms of the logistics, in terms of the arrangements. But so many, gestures of honor, from cakes to water cannons to the tricolour leading the team to the open bus. And of course, the crowds. They were about 3 hours late perhaps, but nobody was complaining. There was just so much excitement. I want to ask you a question as a former secretary. What is the role that we have seen of the reforms? Jai Shah has pushed through several of the reforms, particularly in terms of encouraging the players, encouraging those who are part of the sporting and the cricketing fraternity to push forward and give it their best.
See, today I am seeing the repetition of 2007 when I was secretary and we won the first T20 at South Africa against final Pakistan, and the catch was taken in the last over and we won. And same euphoria is there today at Bombay. Same crowd was there in 2007. Same, and it was raining at that time also. And there was a huge crowd there. We have the same function. So it is more look like a repetition of 2007. So I am very I like to congratulate the team for winning such a T20 and encourage the game of cricket in India, because to win any World Cup will give more boost to the cricket. So I'm very happy that at least we have won the tournament after a long time. We have missed before 2 finals, and this final we not missed. It was a very interesting final. Absolutely. It was not one-sided final. It was interesting final. And Absolutely. It is a pure repetition of 2007. And I am very happy at that time I was involved as a secretary, and today Jai Shah is a secretary. Under his secretaryship, we got the cup. I am very glad, and I congratulate team and all officials of the BCCI.
Right, sir. And let me take this across to Amey Khuresia. Amey Khuresia, the way that India played in that final, shattering so many myths, so many stereotypes of the Indian cricket team. The fact that, we are a team where, we don't have the fighting spirit. The fact that we are always focused on spinners, that we're always dependent on our batsmen. There were so many myths, there were so many stereotypes that have been shattered. And leading the way and breaking those myths were, apart from Suryakumar Yadav's catch that we discussed, were Bumrah, were Pandya, were Arshdeep, who really drove it in and fought back like lions in those last few overs. And that's really, heartening to see in terms of the future of the Indian bowling attack as well. How do you look at it?
Well, I can tell you only one thing. The most important thing is, which is stronger than a storm, is a very hopeful disposition. And this team had that. And the best way to feel tall at times when you are being demeaned, you're being put down, when you're being criticized, is to just smile and bow, and then you feel tall about it. And that's what this team did. They were preparing, they were persevering, they were doing everything which was there. And I think even if you take 10 years back, they were not gloomy days. They were still halcyon days, because the point is this team was doing well. We were playing the finals. We were just not winning an ICC Cup, but we were playing the finals. And there was a preparation in the back of the mind. And the preparation was always there with a lot of hope and a good positive thought. So there will be times when you will be... the things will not go your way, but that's the best time where you have to understand that you keep working, wrap yourself with a lot of positivity. And that's what this team did with a dynamic like guy like Rahul Dravid and the entire team staff, also Rohit. And let me tell you one more thing before you go to someone else. You know, the catch which Surya took, it was not a catch by Surya. It was a catch which was offered by Bharat Ma to Surya. The arms were of Bharat Ma. It was not Surya's arms.
That's a very beautiful way of putting it. That's a very beautiful way of looking at it, and thanks so much for that. But let me quickly go across to Ajay Ratra as well. Ajay Ratra, as someone who has seen the Indian keeping and observed it very closely, you know, today we are spoiled for choice. We have Rishabh Pant, we have KL Rahul, we have Sanju Samson. Of course, there's healthy competition, but are you of the view, I don't want to find fault, but are you of the view that different keepers, different players have their strengths and perhaps weaknesses also? Is it time now for us to have specialized keepers for specialized formats for T20, ODI and Test, in your view?
I think that's a good headache every team management would like to have, that there are so many options that you can pick. And in fact, this 15, I think selector must have a lot of headaches in choosing that 15, and then after that playing 11. Though there are many other players who are there as a reserve, Shubman and also. So that is the best part for the team India, that they have good backups, they have good strength, and that credit goes to BCCI. The way they conduct the tournaments, whether it is a domestic tournaments or India A under 19 and all these emerging teams, and IPL as well. There are a lot of good talent coming up from the IPL. There are a lot of youngsters get an opportunity. Yes, of course. According to the format, one player has to be given and selected, and that's what it is happening as well. And in this particular tournament, I think the way Indian team has chose players and given the roles of that particular...
Well, many say it was Rohit Sharma himself who had a key role to play in the selection, sir, and Ajit Agarkar working very closely with Rohit Sharma to that end. But I'd like to thank all our panelists for joining us. Jatin Sarna, Farokh Engineer, Niranjan Shah, Ajay Ratra, Amey Khuresia and Ashok Aswalkar. What an evening it's been for all of India, for all of the world of cricket, all cricketing fans and certainly all Indians. A very proud moment indeed. Thanks so much for joining us.